The Burrow Collector's Edition is the latest 18+ LEGO Harry Potter product, a location of the franchise we got to see on screen a few times that does make me wonder, did it actually deserve to be this year's flagship product of the line? Let's find out, and thank you LEGO for sending it for review. We don't get to see that many family houses throughout the events of Harry Potter, but the Weasley's residence has got to be one of the most iconic ones. The mismatch of textures, the add-on rooms sitting perilously at odd angles, make it as magical as one could ask for, and that much can be seen the first time Harry set foot there after the escape from the Dursleys in the Flying Fort Anglia, which has actually been made into a product of its own earlier this year. Clever move. It is no surprise then that the minifigures included and their outfits match those seen on Harry Potter's arrival at the Burrow. Harry himself is a simple minifigure with short legs but dual expression face that matches his diagonally first experience using the Flow network, which ties in really nicely with an upcoming Harry Potter gift with purchase set, but more on that later on. Ron is an equally simple minifigure with his iconic secondary face expression, and then the twins Fred and George with the short bendable legs, matching outfits but different head prints. Ginny has her cute looking bathrobe and Percy is wearing his pajamas. Arthur Weasley has a nice torso print, wears a hat element I don't remember ever seeing before and has a hairpiece to use inside. Molly, however, is the star of the set, with her flashy arm prints and torso clothes matched by the ones done in the leg elements as well. Gotta highlight the kind face print when talking to Harry, and then the angry face to scold the Weasley brothers for flying Arthur's car. To my surprise, Charlie and Bill Weasley are also included as minifigures, even though they're not seen in the Burrow at that point in time, and Charlie was actually never seen in the movies, even though he made some appearances in the books, too busy taking care of dragons as hinted by the dragon hag on his hand. Bill, on the other hand, has a secondary face print with the scars he got fighting Fenrir Greyback. Except for Molly, every other minifigure isn't necessarily amazing, but the fact that the entire Weasley family is included in a single product is for sure a nice thing to have. And with that out of the way, the Burrow is of course the highlight of this set. As mentioned before, the mismatch of textures the different rooms have add a bit of charm to it all, and knowing the Weasleys weren't the wealthiest of magical families is further accentuated with extra mismatched windows. These angled ones coming out of the floors was also a very nice touch that breaks the otherwise flat and boring surfaces, and towards the back there's this window as well, completely angled, which was a bit of an interesting building technique, as were the ground floor walls built with studs not on top techniques, adding an amazing look to it all. The ground floor windows all have stickers for texture, which is no surprise when it comes to Harry Potter products, but the total amount of 40 different ones spread across 2 sticker sheets was at times a bit much. The angled rooms at the front were interesting to see taking shape during the build phase, add a lot of character to the house, as does the pigpen on the side here. Now, Chamber of Secrets on-screen version of the house as the pigpen at the entrance, so if you wish you can actually swap entrances around to replicate your favorite Burrow movie instance, which is a nice touch by the design team, and actually seeing pigs in sets that aren't farm or Lego City related got me really excited somehow. I did find that the box images were a bit deceiving, as the house is a lot deeper than what I initially thought, which is a good thing all things considered, the reason being the fact you can actually open it to reveal a full-on interior. One of the things that makes me really enjoy Harry Potter Lego products is the amount of fan service you get out of them. Don't believe me? Here's that piece of cloth that is self-knitting, just as Harry saw it upon being here for the first time, same as the pan being magically washed on the sink here, a play function you actually trigger at the press of this knob, or the Weasley clock that indicates every family member's whereabouts, which does also turn. Gilderoy Lockhart's portrait above some of his books, what seems to be Scabbers' tail coming out of an all-flavor beans box, just to mention a few references and Easter eggs, and this is only the first floor. You see what I'm saying, right? A very iconic scene of Chamber of Secrets was Harry's first try at the magical transportation method known as the Flu Network I mentioned before, being highlighted here on the fireplace with the green flames, a container with Flu powder, and a neat play function where someone can actually use it to come and go. The function itself is quite simple and was fun to build, and I'm assuming that a similar system will be seen on that Bargain and Burke's Flu Network gift with purchase set I'll review next week, so keep an eye out for that. Above the trigger there's one of those collectible portraits LEGO Harry Potter sets started included in some products earlier this year, with this set in particular having a second one on the ground floor. In the bathroom everyone's toothbrushes are there except for the ones belonging to Charlie and Billy, as their respective cups are empty, and Arthur is probably still trying to figure out what exactly is the use of Muggles rubber ducks. The twins' room on the opposite side of the house has concept ideas for new Weasley Wizard Whizzes products with a sample box at the front. Above, Arthur and Molly's bedroom with their bed being a bit angled is funny, and what seems to be Arthur's collection of Muggle objects, including a model of a London telephone box. Above, judging by the bed cover sporting Gryffindor's lion and a neat-looking desk, makes me think this has got to be Percy's room. The tilted rooms at the front are accessible by removing some stuff out of the way, leading to Ginny's room first, fangirling over Harry with a newspaper on the desk, a poster of the Weird Sisters band, a bed cover of an all-female Quidditch team named Holyhead Harpies, and a poster of their captain, Gwynnog Jones. You know, the one sending Slughorn free tickets whenever he wants them. And finally, the room above belongs to Ron, featuring posters and bed covers of his favorite Quidditch team, the Chudley Cannons, as well as a collection of random items on that wall shelf space. The balcony revealed by the lack of Ron's room isn't anything out of the ordinary. The highest point of the build is that chimney, and the last thing I want to mention is Errol, the unreliable Weasley family owl, carrying Hogwarts letters while smashing itself against a window as seen in the movie. At exactly half the piece count of last year's flagship model, the LEGO Gringotts Bank, the Burrow's price however wasn't halved, and at 2,400 pieces the set will retail for $260, which is, in my opinion, not that great of a LEGO deal judging by the amount of pieces alone. But I've seen worse ratios out there, so there's that. Now, going back to my initial remarks about this set, what actually has me worried and a bit underwhelmed about the Burrow as the choice for the flagship model of the year, assuming LEGO Harry Potter doesn't bring anything new on the table for the next couple of months, is that I don't necessarily feel we needed an 18+ LEGO Harry Potter Burrow. Don't get me wrong, the model is cool and I adore all the references and Easter eggs to the franchise. The build wasn't that exciting but was inspired at times, and the minifigure selection is kinda cool. But still, can we really compare these to Gringotts and its iconicness? The Hogwarts Castle, or even the overpriced and oversized Hogwarts Express? Not many people like the Sorting Hat, but I did. I still have Hogwarts icons on display after all these years, and that micro-scale Hogwarts Castle is the best 18+ product ever done for the theme. These all speak Harry Potter a lot more to me than the Burrow, and that may come down as a personal opinion of course, but there you have it. Almost the same way as I feel about the Mandrake set or Buckbeak's one. Way too niche of characters to be made into products. Not that the Burrow doesn't deserve to be made as a set, but make it a playset like it has been done in the past. 18+ LEGO takes on Harry Potter world should be saved for truly special things, and the Burrow, at least for me, doesn't feel deserving of the spotlight. It isn't easy coming up with new ideas for a theme that hasn't produced new content in 13 years. I get that, and I appreciate the effort from LEGO in trying to keep the theme fresh, but hey, that's just my take on this one. Would love to hear yours down below. Keep an eye out for the gift with purchase set review coming out next week, and I'll see you all on the next one.